as a filmmaker or as a poet, you have to know in what sort of environment you live. You have to understand the world in which you live. WrestleMania has a couple of strange and interesting sides. And my main take on it is that apparently a new, very crude form of drama is emerging. Of course, everything is staged, and we have to question what constitutes reality. Of course, we have to do that when we look at... My friends are wondering, why did I watch Ann Nicole Smith show? Why do I watch WrestleMania? My answer is...
Yes?
No, seriously, I do that. My answer is the poet must not avert his eyes from what's going on in the world. In order to understand what's going on, you have to face it.
This is why I take myself out of the library quite often.
Yes, which is certainly healthy, and Paul, I think you have started to watch WrestleMania on television, which I have advised.
Thanks to you. But I would
because you must not avert your eyes. This is what is coming at us.
So, yeah, in case you don't recognize that very famous voice, that's Werner Herzog, the famous director, writer, man behind Grizzly Man and Fitzcarraldo and Strudsick and Nosferatu and so many more. I'm skipping a bunch, but he's a very prolific guy, an astoundingly serious human being. And Gabriella, how did you discover that Werner Herzog is obsessed with WrestleMania?
Yeah, so this was a few years ago. It was during his Mandalorian press tour, which he was just like going around saying wild shit. It was when he said that like Baby Yoda moved him to tears the first time he saw him. He was like, I've never seen a Star Wars movie. And then one of my coworkers dropped a link in our Slack where he's talking about how much he loves WrestleMania, like during this whole press tour. And I was like, I swear I heard him say this before. Like, I don't know what beloved childhood memory I had to release to make room for that in my brain, but like it was in there. So I started digging, and then it was like I found myself completely horrified because there were dozens and dozens and dozens of press clips of him discussing how much he loves WrestleMania. And I think he thinks that all professional wrestling is called WrestleMania, which is the best part.
That was a big question I had,
Yeah.
is if he's referring to the art of professional wrestling or the specific event. Like, because he does this every year. You can find the GQ article. We'll put it in our chat or in our description if you're listening to this on the podcast. There's a lot of WrestleMania year by year. So I was thinking that maybe he like every year he gets his big bowl of popcorn, he gets his nachos. He's like, it's time to watch the fights.
He's talking Anna Nicole Smith too when he's talking about this. So I just like imagine in the aughts he was flipping channels and he turned on TNA and he's like, yes, this is WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's, I'd like to think, and for the purposes of this episode moving forward, I think we're just going to say he religiously watches the event, which is like built for, the most casual viewer of any, wrestling event throughout the year. Like, what was your process in finding all of these clips? Because they're in like deep in podcasts and stuff. Like, did you use an AI recognition system or something?
No, I just really searched Werner Herzog WrestleMania. I'm sure there are more out there. I'm sure I was not like complete. There's actually been more since I published this article. Every interview that he does, he talks about WrestleMania briefly, because I think people just ask him what he's watching, and he's like, all I'm watching is Anna Nicole Smith and WrestleMania.
Yeah. He has
but
like
it's
the DVD
working
box
for him.
Set.
This is like he's made some of the greatest films of all time. Like, maybe we should all be doing this.
Well,
you guys are.
Well, that's right.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.